every design they deliver.
Well, welcome you back here to Rock County High School in Bassett as we get set up for our boys varsity matchup between West Holt and North Central. But prior to that, we're joined here in our post-game show by Coach of the Knights, John Freese. And tell you what, hot start for your squad tonight, John. And I guess even as good a West Holt defensive team as they are, apparently you got to see a really good one in Winter on Tuesday. And after a 17-point game for the entirety, a 20-point first quarter, what'd you see from your squad? And was getting going early from the outside a big part of your game plan going in against the 1-3-1?
Yeah, we knew that we had to come out and we switched up a little bit of defense, came out with a different press, and it did a good job. We got a little energy out of that, got some steals, and then those shots off of steals, I really like having those. Exhausted.
Yeah, 22 points for her, and that's about the third time. tomorrow have been postponed, so now North Central and Twin Loop have been postponed. Three River bringing you our starting lineups, 866-569-2666 or 3river.net. That information just came over the PA, so North Central will not play tomorrow at Twin Loop. For the North Central Knights, they are coached by Troy Graff and assisted by John Klosterman. As the Knights come in at 3-7, but welcome back to the lineup for North Central. Zach Swanson, the 5'11 junior, back into the lineup at point guard for the Knights. He'll be joined by number 2, Mason Hagan, 6 foot and a senior. It will be number 20, Cole Otten on the wing, a 6-foot junior. Knights will go a little bigger lineup in this one as number 12, Jackson Halleck, 6'3 and a senior, will be joined by number 32, Hunter Craven, 6'2 and a senior. Those your starters for the North Central Knights. So just passing along word to Cody that the North Central Twin Loop games for tomorrow have been postponed. Also, 10 o'clock late starts tomorrow at both Ainsworth Community Schools and Rock County Public Schools. With the weather, have not heard yet on Kippahaw County Schools, but do know Ainsworth and Rock County will have 10 o'clock late starts tomorrow. Your lineup's brought to you by Three River. We're ready to go. As North Central in the home whites with the blue numbers and letters and the blue and white stripe. West Holt Huskies in their road blue uniforms with the gold numbers and letters and the gold and white stripe. Lincoln Conrad, Jackson Halleck will tip it off, and it is taken by the Huskies. Again, no Zach Huey for West Holt, and there's a travel in the paint by Conrad as he tried a Euro step, and West Holt will turn it over on the game's opening possession. And now West Holt will go to a full court press against the Knights. North Central will go from left to right here in the first half. From south to north, as we call it. Huskies from right to left, from north to south. Have an issue with the score table before we can resume play. Don't know if we had a cord come unplugged, but we had something. Looks like maybe the shot clock or the possession arrow came unplugged. That's what we've got. Possession arrow is not plugged in. Good job, Steve Hansen, diving down and below the score table to get that one. Way to go on that, Steve. That's a good play. So they get that back up and running. So now we're ready to go after a quick delay. North Central basketball after the West Holt turnover. Ball inbounded to Zach Swanson back in the lineup, the junior guard for North Central after he has missed the last 5 games, all North Central losses. Here's Otten on the wing. What man-to-man defense for West Holt. Right corner to Halleck, guarded by Lincoln Conrad. Halleck needs some help. Gets it out to Mason Hagan. Mason in the right corner. Brings it to Craven on the wing. His pass tipped into the backcourt. Tracked down by Swanson. Will now bring it back past the timeline. Gets a screen into the corner to Hagan. Tries to bounce it into Swanson. Knocked out of bounds by Nick Hansen. It will stay with North Central. Well, just a big difference having the junior Zach Swanson back in the lineup for this North Central team. Zach is averaging 8 points per game and a team best 2.5 assists. This one knocked out of bounds by Drake Nemitz. It will stay with West Holt. So the Huskies missing one of their key pieces. Zach Huey injured in that loss to Elkhorn Valley Saturday. Not cleared to return yet. So that's a big loss for Todd Hale and the Huskies. Here's a 3 for Zach Swanson on the wing off the side of the iron, and a foul on the rebound. Jackson Halleck picks up a quick one as he climbs over the back of Lincoln Conrad. So again, Halleck is the one player for North Central that they really can't afford to get into foul trouble, and he picks up an early one. 7:08 to go. First foul on Halleck. Each team empty on its opening possession. Nemitz against the North Central man-to-man. You have Zach Swanson guarding Lincoln Conrad. On the baseline, double team to Hansen. Now back to Rentschler. Crumrine in the starting lineup. No Zach Huey for the Huskies. Left corner, Rentschler takes it in. Euro step. Shot blocked, but a foul. That'll put Andrew Rentschler to the line for 2 free throws. Looks like the foul will be on Cole Otten. So second foul early here on North Central, first on Otten. Go past the 8 o'clock mark. Free throw for Rentschler off the back of the iron. Second free throw for Andrew is good, and West Holt gets on the board first. And now we got a pushing foul on the perimeter. That'll go against Nick Hansen as he pushes Zach Swanson, causing Zach to lose his feet. First whistle on West Holt. 1-0 Husky start. Just a little more than a minute into this one. Otten into the backcourt to Mason Hagan. Knights had been starting two freshmen in Kean Fisher and Colin Hagan. They'll likely be the first couple in off the bench, along with sophomore Trey Anthony for the Knights. But a little more depth now with Swanson back in the lineup. Again, they start Craven today to get a little more size on the floor against what's traditionally pretty big West Holt lineup. But again, no Zach Huey for the Huskies. Good perimeter defense by West Holt. Otten needs some help, flips it across to Swanson on the right wing. Swanson guarded chest to chest by Nick Hansen. Skip pass to Craven. Hunter back out to Swanson. Zach not sure if he's 100%, but he's giving it a go. Tries to bounce it in to Halleck. That shot blocked by Conrad. Conrad with the block and the rebound. Lincoln takes it the other way, kicks it in the corner for Rentschler. Three, no good, front rim. And they fight for the board. Tie-up between Crumrine and Jackson Halleck. Possession arrow favors the Knights. Here comes freshman Kean Fisher in for the first time for North Central. He'll replace Craven. The Knights led on the season by Jackson Halleck offensively at 11.5 points per game. Fisher just in, averaging 7. Swanson back in the lineup at 8. Mason Hagan at 7.5 a game. Cole Otten just shy of 10 points per game for this North Central team. West Holt, again without one of its starters in Zach Huey, who averages 10 points and 7 rebounds per ball game. Here's Fisher, takes the top of the key. West Plains Bank 3 attempt. That's off the side of the iron. Rebound though for Mason Hagan. His shot in and out, and the rebound, Conrad and Fisher will tie it up. Possession arrow this time to West Holt. Good job by the freshman. Fisher battling against the 6'5" Lincoln Conrad. First sub in for West Holt is Kellen Monasterio. He is a 5'10" sophomore, replaces Nick Hansen. Conrad against the diamond and one press. Gets it to Monasterio, now in the corner to Rentschler. Baseline, back to Conrad. Conrad off the glass and good. Rentschler on the assist. And Conrad has his first bucket. It's a 3-0 start for West Holt. 3 minutes in, Knights scoreless thus far against a good man-to-man defense of the Huskies. Drive by Swanson, baseline, kicks it in the right corner. Mason Hagan for 3. Too strong, weak side rebound. Halleck going to work against Conrad. Misses the scoop shot, rebound down to Conrad. Fires it ahead to Crumrine. Back to Lincoln. Pull up 17-footer for Conrad. Front rim, no. Crumrine the offensive rebound and put back. Mason Crumrine on the offensive glass, and it's a 5-0 start for West Holt. Swanson will bring it across the timeline, picked up there by Kellen Monasterio. Knights scoreless through the first 3.5 minutes. Nice little find down to Halleck, and he knocks over Nemitz. And a foul call. Boy, that was tough. Jackson caught that and just went to the hoop, and Nemitz stood his ground. And that's 2 quick ones on Jackson Halleck with 4:25 to play in the first. Coach Troy Graff going to keep Halleck on the floor with the 2 fouls. Hansen back in, Monasterio out. After a quick breather, maybe coach just wanted to talk to Nick a bit. Nemitz into the hands of Conrad. Left corner to Rentschler against a man-to-man. High post to Crumrine. Kicks it out to Nemitz. Open 3 on the wing. That one's front rim. Rebound down to Zach Swanson. 4 minutes in, 5-0. West Holt with the lead. Mason Hagan in the left corner. Needs help. Gets it out top to Fisher. Kean on the drive. Takes it in. Misses a shot. Conrad altered it. Offensive rebound. Halleck misses the putback. Conrad with another block on that one, and he comes down with the board. 2 blocks for Conrad. Now Nemitz the other way is fouled. Boy, Jackson Halleck was in there. If that's on him, it's his 3rd. Let's see. There were 2 Knight players in there. They're going to get it on Swanson, so 2 free throws here for Drake Nemitz. Nemitz will have a bigger role in the offense with Huey not available. Free throw is good. Nemitz on the season's having a nice junior campaign, averaging 10 points per ball game, along with 5 rebounds. Conrad leads the Huskies at 17.5 points and almost 12 rebounds per game. The first free throw was good for Nemitz. Drake's second misses, and the rebound down to Hunter Craven, who's back into the matchup for the Knights. Ian Fisher in the backcourt. Also see Colin Hagan out there for North Central, replacing Otten. Trey Anthony in for the Knights for the first time, 6'2 sophomore. Fisher on the wing, bounces it down to Swanson. Inside, fadeaway jumper, hangs on the rim, won't go, and snatched down on the rebound by Conrad. Ahead quickly to Nemitz, 6-0 Huskies. Conrad three, top of the key, too strong. Weak side rebound, Swanson hits the floor. Trey Anthony out of there with it, and he's fouled by the newly entered Vinnie Blackford. Blackford in for the first time. He's a 5'11 junior. In the rotation will be a little different for Coach Todd Hale's squad as Zach Huey in street clothes on the bench, not available to this one. Banged up in that game against Elkhorn Valley. So the foul on Blackford. Crumrine out. As back in comes Rentschler. Kean Fisher brings it across the timeline for the Knights. Scoreless through the first 5 minutes of this one. 6-0 West Holt. Swanson on the deep right wing, working against the man-to-man up top to Craven. Craven guarded by Vinnie Blackford. Swanson against Hanson. Crosses over, gets it to Colin Hagan, bounce it in the corner to Anthony. Trey on the drive, needs some help, gets it off to Swanson. Baseline drive, and a blocking foul against West Holt. 2:42 to go in the first quarter. That foul on Andrew Rentschler, his first. Third foul on the Huskies. Knights have committed 4. 2 of those on Jackson Halleck, who is now on the bench. Swanson inbounds to Colin Hagan. Down low it goes to Fisher. Kicks it out to Swanson. Knights still looking for their first points of the game, and a travel by Swanson. First turnover by the Knights. In returns Mason Crumrine. He'll give Lincoln Conrad a breather. 2:35 to go in the first. North Central being shut out here at home. 6-0 by the West Holt Huskies, who are without Zach Huey. Hanson on the wing to Rentschler, guarded by Swanson. Drives baseline, shut off, kicks it out to Blackford. Now to Hanson on the right wing, and he travels with it. You could see the foot shuffle from here. Nick doesn't like the call, but the official right on it saw the little shuffle of the feet before the pass was made. Second turnover on the Huskies. Low-scoring first quarter. At halftime in O'Neill, Ainsworth led O'Neill 25-22, and it's tied at 40. And there's a bucket made for North Central. They finally get on the board. Shot the other way that goes in for Crumrine. I missed that North Central basket as we were, we'll have to check at the end of the quarter on who made that first score for North Central. There's a ball knocked into the backcourt. Knights will turn it over on an over and back. West Holt basketball leading 8-2. 4 points for Mason Crumrine, 2 for Lincoln Conrad, a free throw for Andrew Rentschler, a free throw for Nick Hansen. Husky basketball, minute and a half remaining here in the first. In the left corner, Rentschler dribbles out, high post to Conrad. Nice feed down low to Rentschler, shot up and good. Rentschler with a field goal on the assist from Lincoln Conrad, and it's 10-2. West Holt with the lead. Otten guarded by Drake Nemitz. Otten tries to drive, fires it down low. Tough catch, nice play made by Trey Anthony. And then he knocks it out of bounds off of Hanson along the baseline. Monasterio back in for West Holt. Out goes Nemitz. Ian Fisher will enter it in for the Knights. 10-2 Huskies, a minute left in the first. Get it into Anthony. His shot up over Rentschler, no good, but a foul on Andrew. That's 2 fouls on Rentschler. So Rentschler will likely come out as Vinnie Blackford gets ready to check back in. West Holt post rotation thinner with no Zach Huey tonight. Free throw for Trey Anthony is good. Anthony gets on the board. Rentschler leaves as Blackford back in. 10-3 is our score on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard with a minute remaining here in the first. Knights down by 7. Second one for Trey, perfect. Anthony hits the pair. And it's a 10-4 game. Knights trying to work their way back into this first quarter. They were down 6-0 scoreless for the first 3+ minutes. Nice find. Crumrine from Conrad misses a shot. Bodies pile up and it go out of bounds to the Huskies. Fisher, Craven, Crumrine all picking themselves up off the floor. Kean a little slow limping to get up as he looks in some discomfort. Conrad will trigger it in for West Holt. Gets it in on an outlet to Blackford. Blackford to Monasterio. Out to Conrad. Lincoln takes it into the paint. Knocks over Craven and a charge foul. Good job by Craven standing in the lane as Conrad tried that Euro step and jump in. And the foul on Lincoln is his first. Third turnover on the Huskies. Swanson will come back in. He'll replace Kean Fisher, who is definitely favoring a wheel as he comes off after getting piled up down on the baseline. Final 37 seconds in the opening quarter, 10-4. Huskies with the 6-point advantage. Knight basketball. Swanson gets a screen from Otten into the corner to Mason Hagan. Out top to Hunter Craven, now to Otten. He'll take a 3 left wing and bury a West Plains Bank 3. Otten on the triple on the assist from Craven. 10-7. Knights back within 3 now after trailing by as many as 8. Conrad, no look pass to Hanson down low. Shot swatted by Craven. Hanson gets it back and is fouled. Craven will get a block, but then Hanson, the offensive rebound, stayed with it, and he'll go to the line. The foul will go on Trey Anthony. 5 seconds remaining here in the first. 2 free throws for Nick Hanson. 10-7 is our score. Free throw, back rim. Nemitz returns. Out will go Conrad for the final 5 seconds. It's a 3-point basketball game. 10-7, West Holt with the lead. Second free throw for Hanson. Off the back rim, way up high and falls through. Nick has his first point with 2, with 1. Swanson pull up 3 at the buzzer. Off the back rim, had it lined up. That'll take us to the end of 1. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it is West Holt 11, North Central 7. We're back with the second 8 minutes of basketball from Rock County High School after this.
Shop more, pay less at G&V's Market. They always help you stay ahead of your budget by offering the finest quality and great value. Make sure to check out this week's sales flyer. For the best service, selection, and savings, shop locally owned G&V's Market in Bassett.
Concrete is a cornerstone of many building projects. Stewart Concrete, with locations in Atkinson, Stewart, and Valentine, can mix cement and water with all the ingredients to make the right concrete for the job. This mud's for you from Stewart Concrete, serving you from Stewart, Atkinson, and Valentine. Call 402-924-3644.
Your first choice for exceptional care is Rangeland Rehab, with locations in Ainsworth and Bassett. Physical therapy.
A 3 from Cole Otten, a bucket from Zach Swanson, and 2 free throws from Trey Anthony. Jackson Halleck will start on the floor here in this second quarter with those 2 first quarter fouls. Kean Fisher trying to walk off some leg discomfort. And it looks like O'Neill has a big third quarter, leading Ainsworth 45-33 at the end of 3 after the Bulldogs led 25-22 at the half. There's a bucket inside. Jackson Halleck on the feed from Zach Swanson, and Halleck has his first bucket. And it's a 2-point game. Knights back within 2 after trailing at 1 point, 10-2 in this one. Rentschler back on the floor with 2 fouls, and he's bumped on the drive. That'll go against Craven. That foul on Hunter is his first whistle of the second quarter. Fouls reset. Both teams had 5+ in the first quarter. Conrad to trigger it in. Again, the Huskies without Zach Huey in this one. Conrad on the left wing. Into the corner to Rentschler. Rentschler skip pass. Nice catch by Nick Hansen to save a turnover. Out to Nemitz. Back to Rentschler on the left wing. West Holt slowing down the tempo against North Central as the Knights look like they've gone back to a zone. 2-3 zone for North Central now. There's a knock away by Swanson out of bounds. It will stay with West Holt on the far sideline. Huskies in the road blue uniforms with the gold numbers, letters, and the gold and white stripe. North Central in its home whites with the blue numbers and letters and the blue and white stripe. 2-point lead for West Holt. North Central was down 10-2. It's now 11-9. Rentschler to Hansen on the wing. Up top to Nemitz. Again, without Huey there. A little different offensive look for West Holt. Down low it goes to Conrad. Triple team. Out to Hansen. Nick on the drive. Kicks it into the corner to Nemitz. He drives baseline. Gets it across the baseline to Crumrine. Now to Conrad. Pull up 15-footer. No. Rebound snatched down by Jackson Halleck. He is a difference maker for North Central when he is on the floor, playing with those 2 fouls. Knights a chance to tie or take the lead for the first time in this one. Craven along the baseline, bounces it to Mason Hagan. Out to Zach Swanson, 3 on the wing. Misses everything. Hagan saves the rebound into Halleck for the finish. Mason could not see who he was throwing that one to. Leaped out of bounds with his back to the court. Flipped it back inside. It went right in the hands of Jackson Halleck for the finish. Hagan gets the assist. There's a nice feed from Conrad to a cutting Andrew Rentschler for the bucket. Second assist for Lincoln. 5 for Rentschler, and the Huskies back on top after the Knights briefly tied it at 11. 13-11 West Holt. Hagan, who made the spectacular play to save it to Halleck for the bucket. Gets it off to Otten. Deep 3 for Otten. Front rim, no. Rebound to Nemitz. Drake feeds it ahead to Rentschler. Takes it inside on Craven. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Halleck as he came in and ripped it down. Good transition defense by the Knights after the long rebound miss. The rebound on the long miss. Inside to Halleck from Craven as he goes right over the top of Conrad and scores. Jackson with 3 buckets here in the second quarter. We are tied at 13. Corner 3, Rentschler to answer. That won't go. Rebound tracked down by Swanson in the backcourt. Swanson, first game since mid-December. Knights have lost 5 in a row since he's been out. Hagan brings it up top to Cole Otten. Tied at 13, 4:50 to play in the second. Coach Troy Graff calling out the play. Up top to Mason Hagan. High post to Halleck. Give and go to Hagan. Layup up, no good. Rebound, Hagan has it. Misses again. Rebound to Conrad. And there's the 3rd foul on Halleck. So that is 3 on Jackson. See if Coach Troy Graff sticks with the 6'3 senior. 6 points here in the second, but just picked up his 3rd foul. Coach Troy Graff looks down the bench. He's going to bring Trey Anthony in, but Halleck out there. See if the Huskies try to attack Jackson on the defensive end. Rentschler in the corner. High post, it goes to Conrad. Now to Nemitz, right wing 3 for Drake. Too strong. Rebound, Otten with a foul as he goes over the top of Rentschler. So Cole picks up his 2nd foul. So now 3 on Halleck, 2 on Otten. Trey Anthony returns. Out will go Jackson Halleck. 4:18 to play in the half. They've got that as Otten's 1st foul. I have it as his 2nd. Inbounded to Hansen on the wing. Tied at 13. Conrad on the right side. Top of the key to Nemitz. North Central's gone to a zone. There's a steal by Swanson on a pass intended for the high post. Turnover number 4 on West Holt. Halfway through quarter number 2. Anthony in the corner left alone. Gets it off to Swanson. Zach goes baseline. Goes to the help. Knocked away on a pass by Nemitz out of bounds. North Central basketball on the far sideline. Kean Fisher back in. Again, kind of came off in some discomfort. Still doesn't look 100% as he's back on the floor. Craven out. Crumrine out for West Holt. Monasterio back in. Again, no Zach Huey in this one for the Huskies. Zach Swanson for the Knights, his first game back in shy of a month. Otten with the drive, kicks it into the corner to Swanson. Zach drives baseline, bounces it across to Hagan. 16-footer on the baseline, no. Trey Anthony pushed in the back and fouled by Drake Nemitz. That'll be the first on Drake. First foul of the quarter on West Holt. Knights have committed 3. Tied at 13. This was a 10-2 West Holt lead to start. Knights got it within 4 at 11-7. Here the inbound pass to Mason Hagan, now to Otten. Halleck on the bench with 3 fouls for the Knights. High post to Trey Anthony. Give and go with Otten. Knocked away and stolen by Nemitz. Third turnover on the Knights. Here comes Conrad into the corner. Nick Hansen looking inside. High post to Nemitz. Down low to Conrad, working against the sophomore. Up and good. Just a tough guard there for Trey Anthony as Conrad gets the shot to go, using that 6'5" frame to just elevate over the defender. Lincoln's got 4. Here's a drive by Anthony, and the shot blocked by Conrad into the hands of Nemitz. Ahead to Rentschler, and he's fouled. Third block for Conrad in the first half. And 2 free throws for Nemitz. The foul will go on Mason Hagan. So they called 1 foul on Hagan instead of Otten. So that's Mason's second. Otten will only have 1. So I had 1 foul that was on Otten that was instead on Hagan. So 2 free throws here for Andrew Rentschler. First is good. Rentschler having a nice game, 6 points. Nemitz will get a breather as Crumrine back in. Second one for Rentschler. That one good as well. Andrew knocks in a pair. West Holt back on top, 16-14. Or 17, what do we got? We got a score change, 17-13 we've got it now. Game was tied at 13. Huskies on a little 4-point spurt to go back up by 4. Here's Otten on a baseline drive, kicks it into the left corner. Fisher for 3. That one off the back rim. Rebound tapped out to Swanson. Good play by Anthony. Nice no-look pass, but it goes in between Trey Anthony. It went off Trey Anthony's hands and out of bounds. Kean Fisher was also in the area. Swanson with the North Central turnover, the 4th, after Zach grabbed his 3rd rebound. 17-13. Huskies by 4 with the basketball. Left corner, high post now to Conrad. Out for Hansen, 3 on the right wing, too strong. Rebound snatched down by Kean Fisher. Now the wheel looks okay for Kean after he limped off in the first quarter. Mason Hagan on the drive, takes it all the way to the rack. Can't get the shot to go, but he's fouled, will go to the line. That's on Rentschler, it's 3. Let's check it out. They'll call it on Monasterio on a reach instead. That's a break for West Holt. First foul on Kellen instead of the 3rd on Rentschler. 17-13, free throw for Mason. Rattles it home. First point for Hagan. Knights are 3 for 3 at the line. Rentschler out, Nemitz back in. Knights welcoming back Zach Swanson to the lineup. Huskies without a major piece. Zach Huey not available. Second one for Hagan. Back rim. Rebound pulled down by Conrad over a plethora of players in the lane. 17-14. West Holt's lead is 3. 3 for Conrad on the right wing. Too strong. West Holt cold from the outside. Rebound to Fisher. Kean wants to run after the long board. Good job by Monasterio getting back. Otten on the drive. Kicks it off to Swanson. 3 on the wing. That's too strong. Long rebound, though. Tracked down by Trey Anthony. Trey picks up the offensive board and another chance for the Knights with 1:35 to go. And the Huskies leading by 3. Swanson on the elbow, out top to Hagan. Mason drives, kicks to Swanson. Zach drives baseline, shut off by Hansen. Now to the high post. Anthony has a shot swatted by Conrad out of bounds. That is 4 blocks now for Lincoln. 4 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, and 4 blocks. It's a typical Lincoln Conrad stat line in the first half. He just fills up the stat sheet every game we cover the Huskies. 17-14, Swanson gets it in on an outlet to Trey Anthony. Both teams trying to snap losing skids. 4-game losing streak for West Holt, 5-game skid for the Knights. The pass, a tough one intended for Swanson, but a great play by Zach to throw it right off the leg of Hansen as he tumbled out of bounds and keeps the possession with the Knights. 1 possession game, 1:11 in the first half. 17-14, low scoring one here. Into the left corner, Swanson guarded by Hansen. Nice job taking away the strong hand. Turnaround jumper for Swanson won't go. Rebound to Nemitz, and he is fouled. And that should be free throws for Drake, as that'll be the 5th in the quarter on North Central, and that may be the 3rd on Mason Hagan. No, they've got that as the 2nd. Well, they just flashed that as 2 on Hagan a moment ago, so we've got some scoring issues. I think they're going to go back and give that other one to Otten, which is what I had earlier. So never trust the scoreboard. Is the moral of the story as Nemitz hits the free throw. I had the last foul from Otten as his 2nd, and then they flashed up 2 on Mason Hagan that I had as his 1st. Instead of that being Mason's 3rd, it's now his 2nd. So Nemitz hits the first free throw. Conrad back in as Hagan exits. Minutes go. It's back to a 2-possession game, 18-14. Second free throw for Drake. That one too strong, and Hunter Craven, who's just back in for Hagan, gets the rebound. Fisher, top of the key to Otten on the left wing, takes a deep 3 and hits it. A West Plains Bank triple. 2nd of the game for Cole Otten on the assist by Kean Fisher. It's a 1-point game. Crumrine on the drive, gets shut off. Tries to fire it across the baseline to Monasterio. He saves it to Hansen on a nice play. Out to Conrad. Lincoln on the drive. Flips it out to Hansen. He takes it toward the hoop. Shot swatted by Anthony right into the hands of Nemitz. And he is fouled. Trey Anthony with the block. Nemitz the offensive rebound. And then a foul on Kean Fisher. His first. 29 seconds remaining. 18-17 Huskies by a point. And Drake Nemitz back to the line again. Drake knocks that one in. He is 3 for 5 at the line. West Holt 7 for 11. Rentschler back in as Monasterio exits. 29 seconds remaining here in the half. Second one for Drake is good. Nemitz knocks in the pair. West Holt leads by 3. Final 20 seconds. Swanson out high, working against Hansen with 13. Knights trying to hold for one shot. Out top, Otten, catch and shoot 3, top of the key, off the front of the rim. Rebound to Nemitz with 5, with 4. Swings into the left corner for Hansen, a 3. And we've got a push on North Central as Rentschler was trying to make that Crumrine was setting a screen for the 3-point shot. The foul will go on Craven, who was trying to get out there to guard the 3. He knocks over Crumrine in the process, and Mason will go to the line for 2. 4 points for Crumrine, and the free throw good. Pushes it back to a 2-possession game, 1.8 seconds remaining. This will be free throw number 14 of the first half for West Holt. 2 fouls on Craven, 2 on Hagan, 2 on Otten, 3 on Halleck. Free throw good for Crumrine. He knocks in both. Inbound to Swanson with 1 second left. Full court shot. Short. And the West Holt Huskies short-handed with no Zach Huey available. They still will take a 5-point lead into the break, 22-17 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. We'll come back with our TCB halftime show after these messages.
Tradition runs deep at the 5th-generation Smith Angus Ranch. Kent and Cameron are dedicated to providing top-quality genetics for customers' profitability. Annual bull sale at
appreciated your patronage this past season. And when it's time to plant your garden in the spring, remember Lewis Nursery of Springview.
Welcome you back on KBRB. That is a confirmation. Games tomorrow for North Central at Twin Loop have been postponed. Stewart games against Elgin Public Pope John tomorrow have been postponed until Tuesday. So no games tomorrow or Saturday on the high school side on KBRB as we start up with a buried three in the right corner by Drake Nemitz on the assist from Lincoln Conrad. Drake got lost in that right corner against the zone and knocks in the triple. Drake now with 7, and West Holt pushes the lead back to 8, which matches their largest. Swanson's behind the back pass is knocked around, saved by Mason Hagan on a nice play. And Craven's pass nearly stolen away by Hanson. Swanson saves it. Drive for Zach, shot swatted by Nemitz. Offensive rebound, Mason Hagan for the putback. So Nemitz gets the block. Mason stays with it, gets the bucket. Drake the other way, gets it into the hands of Conrad. High post, back to the basket, now dumps it inside. Tough pass, caught and handled by Crumrine, who dribbles it back out. Conrad, jump stop into the middle, mid-range jumper, hangs on the rim and falls from about 11 feet. Conrad with 6, back to an 8-point game, 27-19. Knights had it tied at 13 apiece, but since then, West Holt has pushed the lead back. West Holt led 10-2 before the Knights got back within 4. There's a drive by Swanson, can't get the shot to go, but he draws the contact on Nick Hansen. And 2 free throws here for Zach Swanson. The foul on Hansen, his second. First whistle of the second half. 27-19, each team starting well on the offensive end as Zach Swanson to the free throw line. First one rattles home. Zach now with 5 points. First game back for him as he missed the last 5 all North Central losses. Just a big return for this North Central team and Coach Troy Graff to have number 1 back on the floor. Second one won't fall. Hagan the offensive rebound, put back won't go. Hagan again with it, shot swatted out of bounds by Conrad. 2 offensive rebounds for Mason Hagan, and the Knights will keep the ball. Conrad's 5th block of the game, 6 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and 5 blocks. We had Conrad with nearly a quadruple double in the season opener against Creighton. 27-20, Knights trail by 7 with the basketball thanks to 2 offensive rebounds from Mason Hagan, and there's a turnover. Craven lost the dribble, took a couple steps, and had nobody to pass it to, and that'll be turnover number 5, first one of the second half for North Central. 27-20. The Knights trail by 7. Nick Hansen brings it across. It's a zone defense, kind of a 3-2 look for North Central here in the third quarter. Into the right corner to Crumrine. Rentschler flashes through the ball switch. 3 top of the key, good from Drake Nemitz again. Second 3 of the quarter on the assist by Nick Hansen. The lead, the largest now for the Huskies at 10. 8 quick points in 2 minutes for the Huskies. 2 Drake Nemitz threes. Here's Hagan with it, trying to drive on Crumrine. Stops, gets it outside to Craven, into the corner to Swanson. Swanson hits his own teammate's going to travel with it. Ran into Craven. As Craven was in the wrong spot, Coach Troy Graff telling Craven where he needed to be. And we'll see Kean Fisher into the game as Hunter will exit. I'm sure Coach will let him know where he needs to go. He's saying, you got to rotate out. We've got to leave that baseline clear for Zach to run down through there. Ran into his teammates. Turnover on the Knights. And West Holt with a 10-point lead and the basketball. Huskies trying to snap a 4-game losing skid. North Central has lost 5 straight. So both teams in search of a conference victory here. Inside it goes to Conrad on the baseline. Triple team throws it through the hands of Crumrine. Chased down by Nemitz. Out to Hansen, now to Conrad, around to Rentschler. Andrew drives baseline, double team, flips it up top to Conrad, fakes the 3, pull up on the elbow, too strong. Up and over the backboard, and it'll go over to the Knights. Good defensive set for North Central, challenging on the perimeter, not giving up anything inside. Forced a tough shot from the left elbow for Lincoln Conrad. Knight basketball, but down by 10. West Holt, a An 8-3 advantage here in the third quarter to double their lead. They throw it over the top to Halleck, and he finishes on a nice feed from Cole Otten. Threw it right over the top of Conrad. 8 points now for Halleck. Good finish for Jackson. Rentschler gets it off to Conrad. Conrad hops into the lane all the way to the hoop. Scoop shot is in. Boy, just covers so much ground on those 2 steps. 8 points for Conrad. 32-22. Nemitz with a near steal as he knocks it into the North Central bench into the hands of Hunter Craven, who was trying to take a drink. 32-22. Cole Otten will trigger it in to the backcourt to Swanson. 4.5 to play here in the third. North Central won the girls' game on the strength of a huge 20-5 start. Knights hit 4 threes in the first quarter. Swanson takes a shot to the face, gets it off to Fisher. He dumps it inside to Halleck. Shot up and in over Conrad again. Jackson with a double-figure game again. Kean Fisher's second assist. And then Fisher knocks one out of bounds and goes tumbling into the deputy sheriff over on the far side. It'll stay with the Huskies. 32-24 with 4:14 remaining here in quarter number 3 of this Niobrara Valley Conference matchup. West Holt and North Central. Nemitz for a third 3 in the corner. He's on fire on the assist from Rentschler. Third 3 of the frame for Drake Nemitz. He's got 13. Give him 3 triples here in the third quarter in the first 4 minutes. High post to Halleck. Out it goes to Fisher. Gets a screen. Takes it inside. Kicks it into the corner to Swanson. Zach drives baseline. Feeds it toward Halleck. Stolen away by Conrad, and he's fouled. Conrad picks up the steal. And then a foul, I believe, on Kean Fisher. That's Kean's second. Second foul of the, or first foul of the quarter on the Knights. 3:47 to go. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Third quarter action, West Holt. Games we had scheduled for tomorrow have been postponed. Stay tuned to KBRB tomorrow morning for all of our postponements and cancellations with the weather. But North Central at Twin Loop has been postponed tomorrow, as has EPPJ at Stewart. So Cody and I will have a rare weekend off in January. No games scheduled for Saturday. Can tell you that EPPJ Stewart game has been rescheduled for Tuesday of next week. Going to be a very cold weekend, folks. Sounds like travel conditions not real great on Highway 20 coming west from O'Neill, so please use caution on the roadways. Here's a kick out 3 for Conrad on the pass from Nemitz. That won't go. Rebound pulled down for Jackson Halleck, so the Knights get a stop off the timeout. Huskies spent that timeout, by the way. Knights with a full complement of 5 remaining. West Holt with 4. That was the first used by Coach Todd Hale. Coach Hale spent some time here at Rock County High School before majority of his career at West Holt. Here's a drive by Hagan, kicks it to Fisher. Fisher on the wing, up top to Swanson. Congratulations, Coach John Miller of Stewart, picking up his 800th career high school victory on Tuesday in a win over CWC. Miss by Hagan, rebound out to Otten, and he scores. His body's hit the deck. Otten now with 8. And the Knights get a point, get a bucket to get it back to single digits, 35-26. Conrad drives baseline, baseball pass out to Nemitz for another 3. In and out, halfway down, rebound pulled away by Fisher. Really nice drive and dish by Conrad and Drake. He's hit 3 of those here in the third. Here's Hagan on a feed from Swanson, takes it inside, shoots it over Conrad, can't get it to go. Halleck the offensive rebound, he misses, and the rebound down to Conrad. Boy, Halleck had a good look on the weak side of that offensive board. Couldn't get the shot to go, a little too strong with it. Jackson staying out there with the 3 fouls. Drive by Rentschler across the baseline to Nemitz. Out to Conrad, open for 3. Buries it. Conrad had all day to set up and take that shot on an assist by Drake Nemitz. Conrad with 11. 38-26. Fisher takes it right in on the 6'5 junior. They did not grow him that tall in junior high ball last year. Conrad with the drive, and he's called for the charge. So after the block and rebound from Lincoln as he blocked Fisher, and then it's a charging foul on Conrad. That's the second on Lincoln. First turnover of the second half on West Holt, their fifth of the game. Monasterio in for West Holt. Rentschler comes out. Andrew still showing signs on the face from that elbow he took against Summerland about a week ago. 38-26. The Huskies by a dozen over North Central. Swanson in the right wing. Tries to throw it down inside to Halleck. Knocked away by Crumrine. Saved by Swanson. Out to Otten. High post to Craven. Craven needs some help as it's knocked out of bounds by Nemitz. 1:31 to go in the third. Huskies by a dozen. Vinny Blackford back in for West Holt as Conrad gets a quick breather. Here come two freshmen for North Central. Kean Fisher and Colin Hagan back in as Mason Hagan and Zach Swanson to the bench. Minute 31 here in the third. North Central basketball. Fisher tries to inbound it and throws it away. Too wide of Otten. 7 turnovers now on the Knights. Knights trailed by 5 at the half. They've been outscored here in the third quarter, 16-9. To go down by a dozen. Biggest quarter offensively for West Holt thanks to 3 Drake Nemitz threes and a Lincoln Conrad triple. They have combined for all 16 West Holt points. Corner 3, Nemitz again on the assist from Hanson. Drake Nemitz, 4 threes in the third quarter. He is lighting it up with 16 as the Knights went to that zone, that 3-2 zone, and Nemitz is just shooting the lights out. 41-26. Fisher tries to answer for 3. That won't go. Rebound down to Craven. He puts it up, can't finish. Halleck with it. He's short. Gets it back and scores. Jackson Halleck stays with it with 2 offensive rebounds. Knight with 3 offensive boards on that possession. 12 points now for Halleck to go along with 7 boards. 41-28. Corner 3 again. Nemitz. This one won't go. Rebound down to Colin Hagan. And he is fouled in the backcourt. That'll go on Vinny Blackford. Second foul on Blackford. Again, West Holt playing without Zach Huey in this one. He's on the bench in street clothes, injured in that game against Elkhorn Valley. They hope to have him back maybe next week. Only game this week for the Huskies. Rentschler returns. Out goes Nemitz. He gets a hand from the West Holt faithful after 4 threes in this third quarter. Open this one up to a 13-point advantage. There's a knock out of bounds by Nick Hansen. Good play in the backcourt. Swanson will return to help handle the pressure. Out will go Colin Hagan. 34 seconds to play in the third quarter. Huskies by a baker's dozen, 41-28. West Holt's put up 19 in the third quarter after just 22 in the first half. Craven will bring it up and bounce it to Swanson. Final 30 seconds of the third. Throw it inside, intended for Halleck, over the top and out of bounds as Halleck could just get a couple of fingertips on it. They saw a mismatch. Halleck was being fronted by Kellen Monasterio, but the pass from Swanson just a little too low and quick. Halleck could only get a couple fingertips on it as he tried to cut to the hoop. West Holt now can hold for the final shot. Nemitz on the bench after the 4 threes this quarter. Rentschler in the corner. Left side, his pass swatted out of bounds by Cole Otten. 6 seconds on the third quarter clock. Mason Hagan will return, see if he replaces Halleck just so Jackson doesn't get a 4th foul. Nope, they're going to replace Craven. Halleck's got those 3 fouls. He thought in the final 6 seconds maybe make sure Jackson doesn't get a 4th. Nemitz back in for this final 6 seconds. Blackford will trigger it in, see if they try to get another shot for Drake. Knights have gone back man-to-man after the 4 made threes from Nemitz and 5 in the quarter. Missed shot for Rentschler. And the rebound down to Kean Fisher, and that will close out quarter number 3. But a big quarter offensively for West Holt. All the points, all 19 of them, scored by the combination of Drake Nemitz and Lincoln Conrad, the 2 juniors. And on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard with 8 minutes left, West Holt has opened up a 13-point lead over North.
the rest. Get connected with Warp Networks Incorporated in Stewart. Learn more at warpnetworks.us or call 402-302-0436.
Well, again, both games we had scheduled for tomorrow night have been postponed now due to the weather. EPPJ at Stewart has been moved to Tuesday, and Twin Loop hosting North Central. That game has been postponed. They will let us know if they get a makeup date scheduled for that one. So we'll have Husker basketball on the air tomorrow night. Huskers off that victory over number 1 Purdue, 88-72. Huskers will go on the road to Iowa. The Huskers have struggled away from PBA, but winnable game on the road at Iowa. Huskers off to a great start off that win over number 1 Purdue. North Central basketball to start the fourth quarter. Halleck from the high post kicks it to Fisher. Baseline jumper, tough shot. Kean hits it. 17-footer on the baseline for Fisher on the assist from Jackson Halleck. Kean's first bucket. Knights score first to start the fourth. Swanson, Hagan, Fisher, Halleck, Otten, the 5 on the floor for the Knights. It is Conrad, baseball pass over the head of Nick Hansen and out of bounds as the Huskies turn it over. Conrad, Hansen, Crumrine, Rentschler, and Nemitz, the 5 on the floor for West Holt. Drake Nemitz and Lincoln Conrad combined for all 19 points in the third quarter for West Holt. 4 threes for Nemitz, a 3 and 2 two-point buckets for Conrad. And there's a turnover. Kean Fisher threw it on the wing as Mason Hagan cut down the sideline. Unforced turnover on the Knights. North Central just 4 turnovers in the first half. They have 5 here in the second half, 9 for the game. West Holt's committed just 6. Conrad on the drive, shut off, kicks it out to Hansen. Huskies by 11 with the basketball. 10 o'clock late starts for Ainsworth, Rock County, and Kippahaw County as Conrad throws it away. No look, bounce pass into the corner. Nobody was there. Drake Nemitz was on the wing. So the teams trade unforced turnovers. As we go past the 9 o'clock hour, glad to have you with us. Please drive carefully along Highway 20. Road's not very good. High post pass intended for Halleck is too tall, and it's stolen away by Crumrine. Poor pass, another poor pass from Conrad as he tried to bounce it along the baseline. That's back-to-back turnovers for Lincoln. Craven in, as out will go Fisher. 41-30. Huskies lead it by 11 over North Central. Knights have the only bucket here in the first minute and a half of the fourth. That came on a Kean Fisher baseline jumper. Otten loses the dribble, needs some help. 2 players cutting into the same spot, gets a cross-court pass to Hagan. Now to Craven. Craven back in, nearly traveled again. It gets it to Hagan. Mason tries to turn the corner, all the way to the hoop, swatted out of bounds. Boy, Lincoln Conrad just erased that one. 7th block for Conrad. How about Lincoln's line? 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 blocks. 41-30 West Holt. North Central keeps possession. Swanson needs to get it in and finally gets it on an outlet to Hagan. Off to Cole Otten. Deep 3, Cole. It's a West Plains Bank 3. Third of the game for Cole Otten. Contested, shot it right over the top of Drake Nemitz from deep. Third West Plains Bank triple, and another poor pass from Conrad, and it's out of bounds. Rentschler can't save it. 3 straight turnovers for Lincoln Conrad. That's going to prompt a timeout from Coach Todd Hale as he's grumbling over there on the sideline and gets the marker board out.
Get it all. Call 402-340-6207 for your free no-obligation estimate.
Welcome you back here on KBRB FM 92. Good start to the fourth quarter for North Central. A 5-0 run to get back within 8. Timeout West Holt. North Central basketball. Halleck will take a 3 left corner. Misses everything. Weak side rebound down to Conrad. 9 boards for Lincoln. He's a rebound away from a double-double and 3 blocks away from a potential triple-double. 41-33. West Holt can be patient. They have Hanson, Nemitz, Crumrine, Rentschler, and Conrad, the 5 starters. High post to Lincoln. Bounce pass down lows, knocked away again. Conrad, just some dangerous passes. He's turned it over on 4 straight possessions. Conrad lost a shoe, threw it over to the bench, and he'll play with 1 wheel. 3 for Craven. That's too strong. So you've had Halleck and Craven take 3s on the last 2 possessions as Conrad will put the pink and yellow shoe back on. Still trying to get it on as North Central brings back Trey Anthony and Kean Fisher into the game. West Holt basketball. Conrad's finally got the wheel attached. So again, no Zach Huey for West Holt tonight. Zach Swanson playing for the first time in about 6 games for North Central. He missed 5 straight. All-night losses. They trail by 5 here with 5 minutes to go to a West Holt team trying to snap its own 4-game skid. Knights will have to switch man-to-man. They go to Crumrine, do the Huskies. Now out to Hanson. You heard Coach Troy Graff with a loud whistle and just went to it, showed his team the man-to-man sign. And it goes to Hanson on the baseline, out to Rentschler. Rentschler with a drive, and the shot won't go. Offensive rebound, though, to Crumrine. He loses the handle, loose on the floor. Swanson diving after it, and a timeout taken by Troy Graff. So the Knights get possession and will take the timeout. So a stop for North Central. .136 over West Holt. And the Huskies lead the North Central boys 41-33. Ainsworth dropped a pair of varsity games tonight on the road at O'Neill. Games tomorrow have been postponed. North Central at Twin Loop and EPPJ at Stewart, both postponed. That EPPJ Stewart matchup will now be on Tuesday, and a game we will have on KBRB. So no games tomorrow, Friday. They throw it inside to Halleck. He puts up the shot, can't get the finish. And it's knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to West Holt. Halleck frustrated as he thought he was fouled on that putback, on that shot inside. And it will be West Holt ball. Boy, that was a chance for the Knights to get it back within 2 possessions at 6. But now with 4:15, they still trail by 8. West Holt can be deliberate with it. Knights have to go man-to-man now. They started the game in man-to-man. And there's a knock away by Halleck. Down on the floor after it. Still loose. Kean Fisher after it. And we're gonna have, it's a hot potato. It'll go out of bounds and stay with West Holt. Good defense by Halleck. And then Fisher getting on the floor after it. Love the hustle there from North Central. West Holt will keep the possession. 4:01 to play. 8-point lead for the Huskies. All their points in the second half from Lincoln Conrad and Drake Nemitz. The Huskies are scoreless here in the fourth quarter through the first half. Crumrine out to Nemitz, fakes the 3, gets it out to Conrad. Here's Rentschler, guarded by Trey Anthony in the man-to-man. Now it's Hanson, and he's going to be fouled from behind by Fisher as the Knights will give one up. First foul of the fourth quarter on either team. That is Kean's 3rd. West Holt happy to run some clock here. Shot clock may be coming to high school basketball in all classes. It's already in classes A and B. And there, should have been a turnover as Conrad and Hansen both went for the ball in the backcourt, ran into each other. Drive by Rentschler, misses the shot. Rebound down to Swanson. Zach with his 6th board in his first game, back to go along with 5 points and an assist. Just a calming presence out there for the Knights at the guard spot. Swanson on the drive, takes it in, pull-up jumper, hangs on the rim, won't go. Conrad down with his 10th board. He has a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 7 blocks for the 6'5 junior. Again, playing without 6'5 junior Zach Huey in this one, injured against Elkhorn Valley. They'll hope to maybe get him back soon. There's a reach in and a foul on Trey Anthony. Gives one up with 2:58 to play. That's the second foul on Anthony, just the second whistle on the Knights. Westholt leads by 8. Boy, that miss inside those previous possessions helped Westholt now just continue to try to take some air out of the ball. Out it goes to Conrad. Not quite a 4-corner, but pretty close to it for the Huskies. Conrad bounces it to Crumrine into the corner to Nemitz. Fakes the 3, brings it out top to Rentschler. Rentschler guarded by Fisher, gets it off to Conrad. 2:38 to play. Conrad on the drive, working against Halleck, and we got an arm bar. A hold called on Jackson. That'll be his 4th. Halleck had 3 fouls early in that second quarter. He's done a good job staying on the floor this second half, but picks up his 4th there. 2:34 to play. Remains an 8-point game. Westholt will inbound it again. Throw it inside to Rentschler, and he's fouled by Fisher on the shot. 2 free throws for Rentschler. Nice inbound pass from Conrad. Nothing Fisher could do there but give up the foul. Make Rentschler earn them from the free throw line. So now 4 fouls on Fisher, 4 on Halleck. 4 fouls on the Knights. Westholt will be in the bonus for the final 2:33. Huskies still trying to get on the board here in the 4th quarter, and Rentschler does it with a free throw. Nice game for Andrew, 8 points. Into the starting lineup as Fisher exits. Back in Mason Hagan. 9-point game. First point of the 4th quarter for Westholt comes at 2:33. Rentschler hits them both. First free throws of the second half for Westholt. And the first player other than Nemitz and Conrad to score in the second half for Westholt. The lead is 10. Otten on the drive into the corner. It's shut off. And the pass stolen away. Tried to go inside. Knocked away and stolen by Conrad. Right corner to Rentschler. Wisely just backs it out to Lincoln with 2:13 to play in the game. Lincoln on the drive. Loses the handle. Knocked away by Halleck. And do we have a timeout taken? No, it's a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Huskies. Several players and the coach were trying to call timeout there for North Central, but the jump ball first as Halleck was on the ground after it. 10-point game with 2:06 remaining. They throw it into Rentschler. He's able to track it down. Now backs it out. Hands it off to Nemitz. Nemitz to Hansen. In Westholt just happy to work some clock. Up by 10, under 2 minutes to go. Conrad gets it off to Hansen. See if they try to foul Nick, and they will give one up. Hagan commits it. 1:46 to play. And 2 free throws for Nick Hansen. Hansen 1 for 2 at the line. Those in the first half. Westholt went 10 for 14 in the first half. These will be free throws 3 and 4 of the second half, all here late in this ball game. Free throw for Hansen, too strong. 10-point lead for the Huskies, trying to snap a 4-game skid, get back to the 500 mark at 6-6. Knights have lost 5 in a row. Good to see Zach Swanson back in the lineup for the Knights. Second free throw, good for Hansen. Splits the pair. Lead back to 11. Huskies led by 13 at the end of 3. Drive runner for Hagan. High off the glass, won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touched by, they're going to say Nemitz. That looked like it was off the hand of Halleck, trying to keep that one alive. But it will stay with the Knights. Down by 11, 97 seconds remaining. They get it into Otten. Otten guarded by Nemitz. Skip pass to Hagan for 3. Too strong, rebound. On the floor after it again is Halleck. Saves it to Otten. And now into the hands of Hagan. Reverse layup for Mason will go on the drive. Timeout North Central, the minute 19. Back to a single-digit Back here on KBRB, FM 92. KBRB.net and on the Rock County Public Schools video feed of this one. Appreciate the support from Rock County to allow our audio to accompany the video of this matchup between the Huskies of West Holt and the Knights of North Central in the Niobrara Valley Conference here from Rock County High School tonight. Knights will go full court press on the inbound. Rentschler's pass knocked away, saved by Nemitz. 10-second count is on. Crumrine in the backcourt has it knocked away, stolen by Trey Anthony. Gets it out to Hagan for three. Banks it in a West Plains Bank three. The bank open on the steal and assist by Trey Anthony, and we've got ourselves a 6-point game. Mason calls bank on a West Plains Bank triple. The steal in the backcourt. The 10-second count was on as well, and the Knights get the steal. And Hagan hits the three, and it's a two-possession game, 44-38, as close as North Central has been in this second half for the most part. They trailed by 13 at the end of the third. They have outscored West Holt 10-3 here in the first quarter. West Holt has been held to just 3 free throws in this fourth quarter after they scored 19 in the third on 4 threes from Drake Nemitz and 7 points from Lincoln Conrad. Conrad will inbound. Full court press by the Knights. They get it into Nemitz. Trap. Get it back to Conrad. Lincoln to Crumrine. Ahead quickly. Numbers for the Huskies, and a foul from behind on Zach Swanson will put Crumrine to the line. 4-2 with 58 seconds remaining in a 6-point game. Got some drama here late from Bassett. 44-38. 2 free throws for Mason Crumrine. The first, in and out. Crumrine was 2 for 2 in the first half. All 6 of his points coming in that first 16 minutes. Trying to push it back to a 3-possession game. Second free throw for Mason. That one is good. Crumrine gets 1 of 2. West Holt 14 for 20 at the line. Quickly ahead come the Knights. Both teams with plenty of timeouts. Otten throws it down low to Swanson. Shot good, the foul! On the assist by Otten. Swanson a chance at a 3-point play. The foul goes on Hansen, his third. It's a 5-point game with 50 seconds remaining. 45-40. Chance for Swanson at the free throw line. Zach in his first game back, 7 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist after missing 5 games. Free throw on the end one, won't go. Rebound down to Conrad. Miss at the line for the Knights. Conrad throws it to Nemitz, knocked away by Halleck, saved by Drake, and then he's fouled by Hagan. Mason helps Drake up, and he'll trot to the free throw line with 42 seconds remaining in a 5-point game. That is the 4th foul on Mason Hagan. And Drake Nemitz to the line for 2. Drake was 4 for 6 in the first half, hit 4 threes in the third quarter, and misses the free throw. Huskies letting the Knights stick around as Kean Fisher returns. He'll replace Trey Anthony. Bring in an extra outside shooter with the freshman Fisher. Huskies by 5. They led by 13 at the end of 3. Second free throw for Drake is good. Nemitz splits the 2. Ahead quickly comes Otten. Drives, pull up 15-footer for Cole. Hangs on the rim, won't go. Nemitz down with the board. And then he's fouled, and Drake will go back to the line again. Good look for Otten mid-range, trying to score quickly, but will walk the other way for free throws. That foul goes against, looks like Swanson, his third, and right back to the free throw line. Nemitz in a 2-possession game, 32.7 seconds left, 46-40. West Holt over North Central. Nemitz makes it a 3-possession game with the free throw. Big game for Drake, 14 of his 18 in the second half. This will be free throw number 24 for the Huskies, but North Central just 4 for 7. Second one for Drake, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Crumrine comes out of there with it. Mason Crumrine sneaks in for the offensive rebound. The Knights don't get him shielded, and the foul will go on Cole Otten. So 2 free throws now for Mason Crumrine. 7 points Huskies trying to win without senior Zach Hui, or junior Zach Hui. Not available for this one. Try to get him back maybe next week. So they've got a big schedule of games coming up next week due to the Huskies against Plainview and Boyd County on the road and home to Elgin Public Pope John. Free throw good. Crumrine splits the pair. 8-point game, under 30 seconds to go. Hagan ahead, looking for a three-point shooter. Cole Otten, deep three, is grazing the front rim. Rebound saved by Otten, and he throws it off, or make that save by Swanson. He throws it right off a lower area for Nick Hansen. Nick goes to his knee to try to recuperate on that one. Nothing malice on that one. Nick shakes his head and says, ouch, as Swanson will save it. They throw it inside to Otten, puts up the short jumper. That one no good. Rebound off of Conrad and out of bounds as he and Halleck fighting for it, but just 11 and a half seconds remaining. Knights down by 8. Academic at this point as Coach Troy Graff going to draw up a quick inbound play on the marker board. We'll take a break as well. Let us hear from some of those folks. Marine Buckles Automotive postgame show coming up here on KBRB. As West Holt looks like they're going to get the W. They lead 48-40, just 11 and a half seconds remaining. Knights made it tight. They got within 5 points. Within 4 at one point here late. Inbound, 3 for Otten. He's fouled on the shot by Nemitz. Not what you want to do if you're West Holt. Allow the Knights to go to the line with the clock stopped. 9.3 seconds remaining. 3 free throws for Otten. The foul on Drake Nemitz. So Otten at the line for 3. Cole, 11 points. This one off the back of the iron. 2 more. Anthony returns. Cole at the free throw line. That was his first attempt of the night. Second one is good. 12 points for Otten. Anthony in, Fisher out with 9.3 seconds and a 7-point game. (48-41). Free throw for Otten is good. Cole gets 2 of 3. Oh, deep pass. Hansen was left alone, and he dribbles it back out instead of taking the layup, and he's fouled with 7.2 seconds remaining. Foul on Swanson is his 4th, and Nick Hansen to the line for 2. Nick could have had a layup, but chose to dribble it out, run a couple seconds off, and in a 6-point game, he goes to the line for 2 free throws. First one, perfect. Nick 3 points, all at the line. West Holt is 18 for 27, 67%. Fisher back in for Anthony. Offense for defense. Fisher with 4 fouls. Second free throw for Hansen. That one's short off the front rim, and Nick gets his own rebound, and he's hit out of bounds to go back to the line. So the Knights do not shield off the free throw again as they are not able to grab a defensive rebound on the free throw. Miss. Fisher will foul out of the game with 5 seconds remaining. Kean, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. His freshman season. Of course, Zach Swanson back in the lineup for North Central. Allows Fisher to be the first player off the bench. Free throw, no good for Hansen. This will be free throw attempt number 30 for the Huskies with 5 seconds remaining. In games tomorrow at Stewart and at Twin Loop for North Central have been postponed. Free throw misses. Rebound down to Otten. And he'll get it into the corner. And Hagan can't get a shot away before the buzzer. And that will do it as the West Holt Huskies on the Tri-County Bank game final defeat the North Central Knights 49-42. We'll come back with our TCB into the game summary after these messages on KBRB.
SB Auto Center in Springview handles all automotive repairs from minor to major. Does tire repair, has an on-location tire truck and 24-hour wrecker service. Does custom exhaust pipe bending, makes hydraulic and AC hoses. That's Hesby Auto Center, a block west and a half south of the flashing light